And all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable zoological republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ m ihe niile Chukwu okike abịa onye na-efe na aja aha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebede ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro. Iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nke dị n'uwere n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọ bụ naanị aka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị, nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-eto gị, wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezi oku mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe n'ikpere anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe. Agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbagba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna n'ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị, wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta, onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na ọtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise ise ise.
To come in. Thank you for everyone that have joined. Remember, today, as you all know, is a day that we all have set aside to carry out our civil disobedience. Today is Monday. Today is Monday, a day that Biafran people have mapped out to air our opinion and make sure that Biafra comes. Biafra is our destination. There is no other destination we have. There is no other place we are going to except to Biafra. That is our destination. You're welcome, Ikenna Anthony. Thank you for joining, Ikenna. The only destination we have is Biafra. That is our destination. Every other thing you are seeing, every other side talk, every other gossip, every other things you can see, every other blackmail is irrelevant. It's relevant. Our focus is Biafra. That is why I am talking about it. I am talking about it because it is about Biafra. It is about my unborn children. It is about my future. I am not standing here to speak. I'm not in this broadcast because I want to promote myself. No, I want to promote Biafra, to fight for Biafra, make sure that Biafra comes. Linus Adina, thank you so much for joining, Linus. That is why I'm here. I'm here to preach the gospel of Biafra. I'm not here to preach hate speech against anybody. I'm not preaching hate. I am not blackmailing. I am here to set the record straight and say it the way it is, the truth and nothing but the truth. And I will never lie. I am not telling you that I'm perfect. I'm not perfect. I might make mistakes on certain things. You might not even agree with me on certain things that I say. You have the right to disagree. You have every right to disagree. When I say things that you don't like, you have the right to disagree. It is your right. If you have the courage to come up on the show and make your opinion, you have the right to come on the show. I gave you that right to come on the show and make your opinion. You can disagree. I don't know it all. And whatever I'm telling you, I am not saying that it's 100% right and correct. I might be wrong. I am human. But at the same time, I know what I want. I know what is good for my people. I know what is good for my family. I know what is good for me. And I know that I'm fighting for my generation. That is why nobody can bully me. Nobody can tell me what to do. I do that which I know that is right. Ikenna Solomon, thank you so much for joining. Ikenna Solomon, I appreciate you. Ugude Chukwuka, thank you so much for Chukwebuka, thank you so much for joining. So why I come here always is to set the record straight, say the truth and nothing but the truth. James Friday, thank you for joining. I will continue to say it the way it is. Freedom, freedom all the way. There is no other thing that we are fighting for except freedom. Including those of them who are distractors. Including those who are made themselves distractors. They can't tell me they don't need, they need the freedom, but some of them are scared. Some of them are scared. Some of them are scared of the known. They are scared of the known. But why must you be scared of the known? Why not pursue your freedom at all cost? Pursue your freedom. Freedom will not come cheap. Freedom involves a lot of things. You face a lot of challenges. There will be a lot of distraction. There will be blackmail. There will be attack. There will be death. In the cause of freedom. So many things are going to happen in the cause of freedom. It doesn't come cheap. And if anybody somewhere is telling you that freedom is going to come cheap, that person is not deceiving you. I am not telling you here that freedom is cheap. It comes with a price. But ask yourself as a Biafran, are you ready to pay the price? You that call yourself a Biafran, are you ready to pay the price? For now, I am very, very proud with our brothers and sisters in Biafra land. My brothers and sisters in Biafra land, they are already paying the price. They are already taking the bullet for you and I. Today is sit at home, and Biafran people are sitting at home. Biafrans in Biafra land today, they are sitting at home against all odds, against all the distraction, against all the intimidation, against all the blackmail, against all the attack. Biafran people in Biafra land are sitting at home. Without being forced, without being coerced, they are sitting at home, letting the whole world know that Biafra land is under siege. Letting the whole world know that Biafran people are being killed for no reason. Letting the whole world know that Biafra people are being enslaved. Letting the whole world know that the supreme leader of IPOB, who is the mouthpiece of the Biafran people, the symbol of justice in Biafra land and in that country called Nigeria, that man today is in DSS. He's in DSS, held against his will. He's being held in DSS. He was kidnapped from Kenya, not because he committed any crime, not because he committed any offense, but simply because he was asking for self-determination for his people. That was why he was kidnapped from Kenya and sent to Nigeria through extraordinary rendition, which is against international law. Nigeria committed war crime. And upon the crime they committed, they are sitting on that crime and they are talking about trying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The Nigerian government or Nigerian court has no legitimacy to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu anywhere in the world. They don't have no legitimacy to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. How can you be trying a man that you kidnapped? If you are so desperate to have Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in your court, why didn't you apply to UK to extradite Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Apply first. Let us hear that you applied and the UK refused. Apply for extradition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from UK. Then let us see what is going to be the result. You never apply for extradition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This crime, international crime, after committing Nigerian government and Kenya committed this international crime. You are still standing on your crime and you are trying somebody who is innocent. You are trying the innocent, even torturing him. Sorry for disruption. I think that was a network problem. Sorry for the problem. I think the attack is coming from all angles to stop us from the message. But we cannot stop. It doesn't matter how they try. They have always been trying to make sure that they hinder us from preaching. But they can't stop us. They can't stop us. Let the attack continue to come. Stand strong. If they kick you out, try to come back and let us put our hands together to continue to work until Biafra comes. So as I was saying, I was explaining that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya against international law. And today, they are trying him. The same country that kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are trying him shamelessly. Coming to court, they say we want to try Nnamdi Kanu. How can you try an innocent man? How can you, that is a criminal, how can a criminal try an innocent man? It doesn't happen anywhere except in that country called Nigeria. That is the only place you see where the criminal will be trying the innocent. It's only in Nigeria where you see the criminals are trying the innocent. It doesn't happen in any other place. Only in Nigeria. Because the country is corrupt. Because Britain have built a very strong and standard corruption. Corruption that people cannot be able to say their mind. People cannot be able to read between the lines. People cannot be able to speak up. People are afraid of the truth. People are afraid of the truth. Simply because they want to remain relevant. They want to remain relevant in their evil. They want to remain relevant. How long shall we continue to tolerate this evil? How long? How long shall we continue to tolerate evil? We cannot continue to tolerate evil. We, the Biafran people, have to stand up and speak up. We have to stand up and speak up and stop allowing the criminals to take charge. Stop allowing the criminals to take charge. It doesn't matter how they try to stop us. Don't allow them to stop it. And don't be distracted. The greatest weapon they are using today is that weapon of distraction. That is the greatest weapon they're using. Distraction. The distraction is coming from all angles. All angles. But I thank Chukwu that those who are focused are much more greater than those who are distracted. Those who are focused are much more greater than those who are distracted. The same thing as you are watching and you are seeing what is happening in Biafra land. When you go and see what is happening in Biafra land, the sit at home that is happening, the people who are sitting at home are greater than those who are not sitting at home. We have good number of people sitting at home against all odds, against all the attack. People are sitting at home to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being released unconditionally. Biafrans are not relating their effort. Biafrans are not looking back. With all the attack that is coming from all angles, from all corners, Biafrans are still standing firm. Standing firm. We are preaching because today, being Monday, a day of sit at home, go to Biafra land. You will see what is happening in Biafra land. Sit at home. Nobody is being forced. Nobody is forced. Biafran people are sitting at home. The civil disobedience is being imposed by Biafran people, and we are obeying it and doing it. Against all the attack, against all the odds, against all their evil messages and preachings. They want to distract the Biafran people. They want us to focus on something different, but Biafrans remain focused. Biafrans are not distracted. We remain focused. Focusing our freedom because we know our freedom is in our hand. Our freedom is in our hand. I want every single Biafran that is watching this video or that will watch in time to come, I want you to please always focus on the positive. Even when the enemy is attacking, even when you are sharing blackmail, continue to see every blackmail from the positive direction. Let us not always be negative. Let us not be always negative. Let me tell you, even our enemies, those who are fighting against the struggle, even the blackmailers, even those saboteurs, begin to take their action. Look at the positive side. Look at the things you can gain from it. Every criticism that you see has a positive side. Every criticism has a positive side. It's left for you to think twice and open up your mind wide. When you open up your mind very wide and accept critical criticism, that is the only time you can be able to filter the positive things in the criticism you are seeing and work your way upward. If you can be able to filter the positive things in the criticism you are receiving, you can be able to work yourself up. But the more you continue to look at the negative side and continue to look down and continue to run away from criticism, you cannot be able to grow the way you are supposed to grow. You cannot be able to grow the way you are supposed to grow. That is why every Biafran, we have to start looking at the struggle from the positive side, even including our distractors, including our blackmailers, including the saboteurs. Including saboteurs. When they think they are bringing us down, we must not follow them. We must not think like them. We must not believe them. We must not behave like them. We must not be afraid like them. And we must not always pay attention to them. Don't use them as your topic. Focus on your freedom. The freedom of Biafran people matters more than anything you can think of. The freedom of Biafran people matters to us more than anything you can think of. People can continue to make their blackmail. People can continue to peddle their lies. People can continue to say anything they want to say from any angle, from any corner. But those of us Biafrans, we know what we want, and we will continue to pursue that which we want until we get it. We will continue to follow that which we want until we get it. Don't be distracted. I thank Chukwu for my brothers and sisters in Biafra land. They are not distracted. Even with all the attack against them, with all the intimidation against them, with all the blackmail, they've gone to the extent of even sharing flyers to them to make them stop the sit at home. Today, as you're watching the video, Biafran people are still sitting at home. Our Biafran brothers and sisters are sitting at home. They are sitting at home, airing their opinion, making the world know that they are not in support of the evil that is happening in Biafra land. And they will never be in support. That is what every one of us has to do. Let us stop being distracted. Don't be distracted. If you think that your enemy is going to stop, they are not going to stop anytime soon. They are not going to stop anytime soon. Stop bothering yourself to stop them. Stop bothering yourself. Let them continue to do whatever they feel they can do. But you that is a Biafran, you that is legitimately a Biafran, you know what you are fighting for. You are fighting for your freedom. Continue to focus on your freedom. Continue to focus on your freedom. Do not allow somebody to make you walk away from your freedom. Do not allow somebody to put a halt to your progress on the freedom. Don't allow anybody to put a halt to your progress. We will continue to march on to freedom. No matter the attack they bring, no matter the strategy they bring, no matter the level of conspiracy, don't be distracted. Don't be distracted. Start from today to begin to look at the positive side of the criticism you are seeing. For those of us who believe that Chukwu Okike Abiama today is in charge of the struggle, some of us today who believe that Chukwu Okike Abiama is in charge of the struggle, when we talk about the autopilot, that is Chukwu Okike Abiama in charge, making revelation through people. Not necessarily, nobody is in charge of the autopilot. Autopilot, something working by its own. Chukwu Okike Abiama in charge, directing people on what you don't want them to do. Don't be distracted. Go ahead with the direction that Chukwu Okike Abiama put in your heart. Continue to pursue it. Don't be distracted. What you have to do is that when you see somebody criticizing you or talking evil about you, look at the positive side of that criticism. You can get something good out of it. You can get something good. If you begin to look at the positive side of criticism, you can learn and you become better. And that was why our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came out of one of his broadcasts to tell us that when he is not criticized, he's not happy. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say that when he is not getting criticism, he himself will criticize himself. He will criticize himself to get better. Do you understand what that means? That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say before ever people even criticize, that he himself criticizes himself much more. And whenever he's getting criticism, that he's happy, he will know that he's doing something. That should ring a bell in your ear. So those of us who are the followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, genuine followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, fighting for a struggle, when somebody is criticizing you, do not devote your power, do not devote your time, do not devote your energy in attacking back or trying to waste your time analyzing or addressing that issue. I didn't say you will not respond when it is needful. When there is needful, you can respond and then move on. Move on. Don't be stagnant. Don't be stagnant. Don't be in a position of defense all the time. You are defending yourself, talking about one person or the other. Move on. When you speak about issue, move on. Whatever Chukwu Okike Abiama has placed in your heart, if you have your platform, stay in your platform and preach that thing that you feel that Chukwu Okike Abiama has placed in your heart, that you believe strongly that it is Chukwu Okike Abiama that placed it in your heart. Preach it. If it is a good message, the message will fly. Chukwu Okike Abiama will water it and it will move. Don't distract yourself. This is not the time to distract. This is the time for us to stand firm. It can never be business as usual. I just watched an interview that was granted to the former deputy of IPOB, Uchemefo. I saw an interview that was granted to the former deputy of IPOB. I saw what he was talking in the interview. I am not going to address that now. I will address that when I go to my YouTube broadcast. Maybe when I finish this broadcast, then I will be on another broadcast in my YouTube. That is where I'm going to analyze the broadcast and the interview that was granted by BBC to the former deputy of IPOB. I'm going to analyze that issue. When you look through the interview, you begin to see clearly where some people are going. You begin to see that some people who you talked to for a very long time that they were working with you are not with you. The same thing is what is happening today. But in all, are we going to fold our hand and continue to fold our hand and stand in a place? We will not. We have to learn from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Even when his deputy was ranting online, criticizing him, saying a number of things, he never responded. He never mentioned his name. He never mentioned his name a day. He didn't mention his name. He continued his message. He continued preaching. He never responded. And that was why the information did not fly. And that was why whatever he was saying does not make sense. But when you devote your time on challenging, devote your time on trying to prove yourself, you don't even need to prove yourself right. Allow it. If you are saying the truth, People will speak for you. People will fight for you. People will prove you right. You don't need to waste your time trying to defend and prove yourself. Because Chukwu Okike is in charge. He knows it all. Chukwu Okike knows it all. Even the things you do not know, Chukwu Okike knows it. Things you have no idea about, Chukwu Okike knows it. He can place anything in your heart. It is left for you to release anything that Chukwu Okike has placed in your heart. Put it to the public. If it is his will, it will surely go far. He will water it and the information will begin to go. But if it is not his will, it doesn't matter how you try. It doesn't matter how you try. It doesn't matter how strong you are. It will not fly. It's not going to fly. That is why Biafran people have to stand firm. Stand firm whatever you are doing. And the only thing that connects every single one of us, the only thing that connects you and I, what connects us is what? Freedom. The freedom of Biafran people. That is where every one of us meets. That is where we meet, in the freedom of Biafran people. Biafran people must be free. When you are fighting for the freedom of Biafra, you are not just fighting for freedom of Nnamdi Kanu. You are fighting for freedom of every indigenous person in that contraption called Nigeria. When you are fighting for Biafra, you are fighting for the freedom of everybody from the old southeastern region, the present south and the southeast with the lower Benue. You are not just fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When you see us come online every day be shouting for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we ask for the release of, we believe that the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the automatic coming of Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming out, the flag of Biafra. That is why we are fighting by all means, crying by all means, using every means to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being released. The coming of Biafra will not come easy. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made us to know that Biafra will be the last miracle on the planet Earth. He has the reason why he said that. He said it again, that no man will give us Biafra. The international community will not give us Biafra. The Janjaweed will not give us Biafra. The political solution or politicians cannot give us Biafra. Nobody anywhere can give us Biafra. The only people that will take Biafra is we ourselves. We need to take Biafra. We need to take it. Take it by force. For those of us who are Christian, remember the quotation in the Bible which says that the kingdom of God suffereth violent, and only the violent one take it by force. The kingdom of Biafra have suffered violence for a very long time. The kingdom of Biafra has been suffering violence and still suffering violence up to today. And it is time for us to take it by force. Obonna Chris Mary, thank you so much for joining. It is time for us to take it by force. If you think that Biafra will come by you going to sleep, you are wasting your time. You are one of the deceivers. You are deceiving yourself. Freedom comes with a price. Sometimes very devastating price. Sometimes very, very great price. Already, our Biafran people are on the right path. We are paying the price. We have lost so many people in the course of this freedom. Not because we wanted them to die. Not because we intentionally want to take their life. But people who are committed to the struggle. So many lives have been lost. You saw our brother Ikonso. Ikonso was living abroad. He left abroad to come back to Nigeria to fight for the freedom of Biafra. Ikonso left abroad to come to Biafra land to fight. There are so many other brave men who have left abroad and come back to Biafra land, even as you're watching this video. And so many of us are preparing to come home. So many of us have come home. Our struggle is no longer going to end on social media. Our struggle will not only be on social media. So many of us are preparing to go home. So many. Some have already landed. Some are still on their way. The freedom comes with a price. It is not the intention of any Biafran that we will lose our life. It's not the intention of any Biafran to sacrifice any Biafran blood. But you can see what is happening. That even when we are not protesting, that they are coming into our homes to take our lives. For committing no crime. Even when we are innocent. Including those of them who pretend that they will not talk about Biafra. Some of our Biafran brothers and sisters who have said they will not talk about Biafra, they are scared. Those of them who are scared, some of them have lost their life because they were not speaking. The Janjaweed doesn't know you as whether you are a registered member of IPOB or not. Janjaweed don't care. Janjaweed don't care where you are registered. They don't care if you're a family member or not. All the Janjaweed know that as long as you are from the old southeastern region, they know you as a member of IPOB. And when they come, they're going to take you out. That is mistakes some Efule are making, including the politicians. Including these politicians you see that are standing against their own people. The Janja will know them as Biafra. The Janja will know very well that this will be Biafra. That is why they have no mercy in any one of them. That is why they will never allow any one of them to be in charge. That is why they have respect, don't have any respect for them. The Janja will know. But it's a shame that those of them pretend not to know whom they are. They are still denying their identity, thinking that when they deny their identity, they will become relevant. You see some of them, they think that when they deny Biafra, they will become relevant. But when the death comes, those ones who are sitting in the fence, those of them who are sitting on the fence, they are the ones that are taken out first. Those ones sitting on the fence, they are the ones that are taken out first. So many of them are taken out first. They are the first people to be taken out. You will see them pretending. Ask them a question about Biafra, they will tell you they are not Biafrans. You talk about the freedom of the people, they don't care. All they are concerned about is their political career. A political career that they know that they will never attain their highest. They will know they will never attain their highest level, no matter how you try. As long as the caliphate continue to run their affair in that country from called Nigeria, as long as you continue to be part of that one Nigeria, you can never attain your height in politics. You will never. And they know that. So many of them have accepted their fate. That is why you see so many of them. Every time they are running up and down to be assistant. Every time they are running, either they are running up and down to be vice president, or they are running around to be one vice or the other. They can never aspire for that position that they deserve. Out of their fear and envy, they have already accepted third-class citizen. So many politicians have already accepted third-class citizen. That is why they cannot come bold and speak up. And the issue is worst in the southern part of Nigeria, mainly the south, mainly the Biafra land. In Biafra land, the politicians in Biafra land, all of them from A to Z, no one is spared. They are all evil. All the politicians in Biafra land. Initially, we are seeing some of them as being somehow genuine. But today, you can see that every single one of them, they are putting their egg in one basket. Every politician in Biafra land, they are putting their egg in one basket. That is why no single one of them is coming out to cry out on what is happening in Biafra land. Today you sit at home, we are sitting at home. Tomorrow you begin to hear them talk. They will begin to talk and ask people not to sit at home. They begin to complain about the economy. But these same people who are complaining about this economy, they know very well that the people who have destroyed the economy in the south is the caliphate. The major destroyers of the economy in the south, in Biafra land, the major economy destroyer in Biafra land are the government of that country called Nigeria, the federal government of Nigeria. They are the major destroyers of economy in Biafra land. In Biafra land, there is no federal government presence. Which federal government presence do you have in Biafra land? Which one? They come to our side, they take our oil. There are so many oil companies that are in that Biafra land. Which of them, not even a single one of them, have their headquarters in Biafra land? Not a single oil company have their headquarters in Biafra land. Why? Because they don't want people to have employment in Biafra land. Instead, they rather go to Kanu to have their headquarters. They go to Lagos, Abuja. But in Biafra land, where they are taking the wealth of the people, in Biafra land, where they are taking the wealth of the people, they will never ever go there to have their headquarters. Is that not a shame? Is that not a shame? A very shameful thing. A very shameful thing. Let us not be distracted. Don't be distracted. Don't mind the idiots, those who ignorant ones, those ones who have sold themselves to the devil, who want to destroy you. Do not mind them. Don't be distracted. I used to tell them when I come to my brokers, when they write their messages and write all sort of nonsense and they join the brokers, if they are bold, they know what to say, they are sure of what they're saying. What they have to do is that in my program, there is a place where you will click to come in and give your opinion. If you feel that what I'm saying is wrong, if you feel I'm not getting this right, if you feel there is way that what I'm saying is a lie, or what I'm saying is not the right thing, what you have to do is that you click. When you click on that very place, I will invite you in. You will come in, then you will challenge me. You will prove me wrong in everything I'm saying. If you succeed in having a superior argument, of course, I will learn from you. But when you don't have a superior argument, all you do is to hide behind your keyboard and begin to type unnecessary words. That means you're a coward. And what do you do to a coward? A coward is that you ignore a coward. You ignore them. Because when you are talking about a coward, you make them irrelevant. You make them relevant. The way you make them irrelevant is to stop talking about them and focus on what you are doing. The people we have today in Biafra land who call themselves politicians are the most evil men you can think of in Biafra land. Look at the kind of life we are losing in Biafra land. Look at the kind of life we are losing in Biafra land. The most insecure place we have in that country called Nigeria, the most insecure area is the north. The most insecure area we have where terrorists are in charge. Where terrorists are in charge of villages, collecting tax, doing all manner of things. They have shot down an aircraft. They fought against the military, killed, collected an armor tank, collected so many weapons from the military. It's in the north. But have you ever had any governor in the north? Have you ever had any governor in the north calling the military to come and bomb his own people? Have you ever had any governor in the north coming out to say, I'm going to bomb this village, I'm going to destroy this village? Have you had it in the north? Even they know that they are the one who have the greatest number of terrorists. Even they have died more than any other people. They have been massacred many times. The Hausa people in the northern part of Nigeria have been destroyed so many times. The Christians in the area have been destroyed. But the Fulanis, you see them who are governors over there, have you ever had them inviting the military to come and bomb their people? It has never happened. The only place you hear people doing that is in Biafra land. Only in Biafra land. That is where you see people begin to talk in such manner. It doesn't happen in another place. Only in Biafra land. Why is it so? Why is it so? Have you asked yourself, why is it that it's only in Biafra land that people begin to rise up and speak about irrelevant things? Have you asked yourself why? Why is it that it's only in Biafra land that we have cowards who cannot stand up and say that which is right? Have you asked yourself, why is it that it's in Biafra land that you see people who will come and support everything that is evil? Ask yourself why. It is so sad. It is a very sad situation. But you don't have to change your mind. You don't have to be scared. You don't have to be worried. Because the Biafran people, we have the greatest number. We have the number of people who are standing for their freedom and ready to get their freedom is much more greater than those who are not willing to fight for their freedom. The number of people who are willing to have their freedom is much more higher than those who are not willing to have their freedom. That is why we have to remain focused. Don't be distracted. Distraction will always come. It will always come. But I want you, everybody that is watching this video today, everybody that is watching this video broadcast today, what I want you to put in the heart of your mind is that every accusation that you see from anywhere, every blackmail, always look at the positive side. Don't be carried away emotionally. Every criticism, there is always a positive side of it. Every criticism, there is always a positive side of it. And don't expect everybody to be speaking your own language. Don't expect everybody to be talking the way you are talking. Don't be expecting everybody to be following the direction you are going. Don't do that. There will be an opposition. There will always be opposition. If you are a Biafran and you are scared of opposition or you're worried about, don't be worried. There will always be opposition. There will always be opposition. Have that. If you are a Biafran watching the video, have it at the back of your mind that there will be always opposition. But what you are going to do is to use that opposition to your own positive side. If in that opposition, there is always the positive side of it. There is always the positive side of it. That is why you see in the government of the world, in every government you see, there is opposition. That is why you see in every government there is opposition. And it is not a crime to be an opposition. It is not a crime. That is why you see they have different political parties. A party wins and the other one becomes opposition. What is the work of opposition? The opposition makes the major party to continue to grow more, to make you, keep you awake, keep you on your toes, to walk and make sure that things begin to happen. Even as we are talking about autopilot, Even some of us who are supporting the autopilot, as we are supporting autopilot, that Chukwu Okike is in control of autopilot, the autopilot that Chukwu Okike is controlling, there are still going to be opposition, even inside the people who will be opposing. Don't be worried about that. Don't be scared. Don't be distracted. They are making you to get better. That is one thing you have at the back of your mind. They were making you to get better. Always, when you see them trying to oppose you, look backward, see what they are telling you about. If it is right or wrong, no one is perfect. We might make mistakes. Even as I'm broadcasting, I might make mistakes in the course of my broadcast. You have the right to call my attention. You can decide to do it by criticizing me. After I go through the messages and see the information people are writing, when I read through it and I see that what the person is saying is right, in my next broadcast, I will make a correction. I might not respond to the person. I might not reply to the person. I might even, maybe I might have attacked the person in the past. But when I go through and see that the person is making a sense, I will learn a lesson from whatever he or she is saying and use it to my own side. And it will become a benefit for me. Let us not always be talking about negative things. Let us not always be negative. There will always be opposition. That is why when I see some people who say that they have lost faith, now Biafra struggle has not become anything. There is nothing that is happening in the struggle today that has not happened in other struggles. There is nothing that is happening in the restoration of Biafra that we are into today that has not happened in the past. When other people go and check the history of other people who fought for their freedom, some of them, they fought themselves. So many of them have so many factions. They have so many disagreements. But at the end of the day, the destination is freedom. That is one thing everyone should remember. The destination is freedom. After you must have attacked somebody, after you must have responded, after you must have said all manner of blackmail, the destination is where? Freedom. That is where every one of us meet. And every one of us Biafrans must understand there are many ways to a certain direction. If you are going, for example, you're going to Abuja from the southeast, there are so many ways you can go to Abuja. Some ways are clear. Some are very short. Some are long. Some are long and safe. Some are short, but they are not safe. Some different directions. But at the end of the day, the destination is Abuja. As long as you see somebody who is pursuing the freedom of his own people, demanding for freedom, support that person. Don't go against them. If you have any correction or criticism, you have the right to criticize. You have the right to make correction. You have the right to a opinion. It is your right, and nobody can stop you from that right. It is your legitimate right to criticize when you see that something is not going right. It is your legitimate right to oppose something and bring a superior argument if you have any. But where it becomes shameful is that when you don't have a superior argument and you wake up with your clear eye, you begin to challenge somebody who you know has a superior argument than you make yourself look foolish. Even if the person doesn't respond to you, other people will see you as a foolish man or woman. That is why sometimes when you see those idiotic people talking, you don't even need to respond to them. Let the whole world see their shame. Let the whole world see their ignorance. Let the whole world see their stupidity. That is the best thing. The best answer to a fool is silence. Silence. That is why we don't have to be responding to everything. Today, you have seen that even in Biafra land today, we are still sitting at home. Biafran people are sitting at home in full force. They are sitting at home. Nobody can stop it. No man born of a woman can stop the sit at home. You can't. The only person that can stop the sit at home is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Only Mazi Nnamdi. As soon as you release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, take him to a ferry bake, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we will see him broadcast and say, sit at home has ended. If you see sit at home next time, then you know that we don't know what we are saying. Only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will put a stop on it. But what do? All those evil politicians, all those evil elites, they call themselves elites, governors and whatever you call them, they know the cost of the sit at home. They know why the people are sitting at home, but they refuse to address it. They have refused to address it. Instead, they are busy looking for blackmail against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today, BBC have invited the deputy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come and to use him as a blackmail against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And this is what they do all the time. Anytime Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is preparing to come to court, they will begin to provide their blackmail from all corners. You see them interviewing all those people that are against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You see them trying to provide evidence from different angles. That was why BBC conducted that very interview to Uchewefo. Recent interview. I think the interview should be today. Either today they gave that interview or yesterday. That is how these Janjaweed are working day and night. But you that you call yourself a Biafran, what are you doing to make sure that your supreme leader is not left behind? What are you doing as a Biafran? What are you doing to make sure that our supreme leader Nnamdi Kanu is not left behind? What are you doing as a Biafran to make sure that our supreme leader Nnamdi Kanu voice is not swept under the carpet? You see the caliphate, they are doubling their effort. They are doubling their effort at all times. They are doubling their effort. And you know they have the media. They have the conventional media and they are using their media effectively. Every time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is preparing to come to court, they will go and look for all those people who are against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and begin to interview them in BBC, on other television stations. All their media, they will begin to interview all those people. The people they know that will speak ill against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they begin to interview them. And remember what effect the public opinion has. Public opinion has a very strong effect. That is why we will not stop talking. If you are a Biafran, when you see a genuine person talking about the issue of Biafra, share the information, share it to all platforms, share it to your WhatsApp group, share it to family and friends, and advise them to share also. When you share and they share, public opinion, we will win the public opinion. As it stands today, Biafran people are in charge of the social media. The conventional media cannot compete with the social media in Nigeria. The conventional, the social media is in charge of the public opinion. Most of the time, even the conventional media, they focus on the social media to see what is going on. That is why we can't stop talking. No matter how bad, no matter how they try to stop us, we can't. That is why even if it's only one person watching, I will continue to speak and set the record straight. Every lie they are bringing, they try to. When you watch that, go and watch the interview. If you have not watched it, I'm not going to post the interview. I can't post such interview. I can't post it in my timeline. I can only talk about it. Go and watch the interview that was granted to former deputy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Go and watch the interview. Then you will see what he was vomiting. You see the angle he was coming from and what he was going to. The only effort they were making in that very broadcast was to make sure that they blackmailed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That was the only effort he was making. His only effort was to blackmail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and make sure that Mazi Kanu is blamed for everything that is happening in Biafra land. He wants to blame Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for everything that happened in Biafra land. And he has forgotten that in that Biafra land, there are people who are appointed, who are running their affairs. There are people who have sworn to keep us down. He has forgotten that in that same Biafra land he's talking about, we have people like Rocha Sokorocha and Uzodema. He has forgotten that Rocha Sokorocha himself came out to question Hope Uzodema about the killing in Biafra land. Rocha Sokorocha came out openly and called that Hope Uzodema. He himself forget that Hope Uzodema himself, Chukwu Okabia will use Hope Uzodema to vindicate IPOB when Hope Uzodema came and said that it was not IPOB that went to break the prison. That was when they started their plan of unknown gunmen. When they started that plan of the unknown gunmen, when they had a prison break in Imo State, they wanted to use them frame IPOB. But eventually, Chukwu Okabia turned it back against them and forced them to speak otherwise. All this information are in the public. They are still online. But still, you will see people begin to peddle lies, begin to blame Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for everything. And this is where it comes. That is why I support what our brother Simon Ekpa said, that we will not take order from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in DSS again. We will not listen to any second-hand information. When you listen to that interview, then you will know why we will not take order from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu again. Because they are trying to blame Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for everything that is going to happen. The only plan they are making is to blame Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for everything that is happening. That is their plan. And that is why the Biafran people, Chukwu Okabia, spoke through our brother Simon Ekpa and told us that we will no longer take order from the DSS. Any second-hand information will not follow. We will start doing things on our own. Chukwu Okabia, with the direction he will give us, with the direction Chukwu Okabia will give us, we will continue to fight on our own to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and to free Biafra. We will free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and free Biafra. And nobody should ask Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for what is happening. Nobody should hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu responsible for what is about to happen. Today, remember, the 15th is close. The 15th is here already. After 15th, it can never be business as usual. They are going to see hell. The politicians in Biafra land, after 15th, they will begin to see the reaction of Biafran people. They will begin to know that Biafran people cannot be silent anymore. After 15th, they will know that the Biafran, that Chukwu Okike Abiama have given Biafran people the authority to take their life into their own hand, to defend themselves. After 15th, all the politicians in Biafra land, any single one of them, whether House of Repo, whether Senator, whether you are a governor, a minister, whatever you call yourself, and you are a politician in Biafra land, every single one of you, you are part of the evil that happened in Biafra land. It is you that is supporting the life of people that are being wasted in Biafra land. You are supporting it. Because if you're not supporting it, you would have spoken about it. If you are not supporting it, you would have spoken about it. But for the fact that you have not spoken about it, it means you are supporting the evil. That is what it means. For the fact that you are not speaking about what is happening in Biafra land, it means that you are in support of it and you are part of the evil. That is why we cannot stop what we are doing. Biafran people, we cannot stop. They can't stop us. We will continue to do what we are doing based on the order and direction of Chukwu Okike Abiama. Chukwu Okike Abiama today is making revelation to Biafran, talking to the Biafrans individually. Biafrans are passing information. Biafrans from all angles, from all corners, they are sending out information, and we will continue to do so until Biafra come. No man born of a woman can stop us. They can't stop us no matter how they try. I thank every Biafran in Biafra land that is still standing strong up to this minute. I thank every single Biafran in Biafra land that is fighting strong and making sure that our voice is being heard. I thank every Biafran in Biafra land that is still standing, making sure that we get our freedom. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect you. We cannot stop. No matter how they try, they cannot stop us. No matter how they try, they cannot hinder us. No matter how they try, they can never stop us. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect Biafran people. The sit at home in Biafra land is going on and is stronger than ever. Shut down of Biafra land. We will increase it. We will increase it. Sunday sit at home, Monday sit at home. The economic sanction have been activated. And very soon, you are going to see it. For those of you who are waiting to see when everything crumble, some of you are still waiting. They say it's not going to work. Let them see. You are waiting to see when it will happen. Wait. Keep watching. Keep watching. Chukwu Okike Abiama will water it. I say it. Every direction that is coming from Chukwu Okike Abiama, it will be watered by Chukwu Okike Abiama himself. No man born of a woman can stop it. No matter how you try. No matter how you try. You cannot stop it. You can't stop it. We will continue to fight for our freedom. We will continue to speak of our freedom. And our freedom definitely will come. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect every single one of you who have done this broadcast. If you are watching from Biafra land, may Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect you, give you strength, give you more power, give you more strength to continue to fight this battle until the end. Every Biafran in Biafra land, as long as you are genuinely fighting for Biafra, sitting at home on Monday and on Sunday, anything you have lost on this Monday, you will get it on Tuesday in double fold. Any business you have missed on Monday, on Tuesday, you will get it double fold. Don't worry. Nobody that is fighting for Biafra will lack. You will never lack. Chukwu Okike will never leave you alone. You are fighting a just cause. Fighting for your supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a man that is giving a selfless service. A man that has given up everything for you. He has given up everything. Today he's languishing in the hand of DSS because of you and I. There is no sacrifice that is too much for him. No sacrifice is too much for him. No sacrifice that is too much for him. There is nothing you do for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that is too much. Nothing. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect every single person in Biafra land that is watching this video, that will watch in time to come. Any place you are, Chukwu Okike Abiama will protect you. You will walk into Biafra with your foot. You will never die. No weapon formed or fashioned against you shall prosper. The Janjaweed will never take your life. Every Biafran, wherever you are on the planet Earth, Chukwu Okike Abiama will continue to protect every one of us. And when the time comes, we will go home and defend our land. The time is come drawing near. So many of us are already in Biafra land. Some are still on their way. And many of us are coming home to defend our land. We will do so. Freedom will come with a price. It will not come by talking alone. we are taking action. And as you know, we are entering into another phase, another difficult phase. And every Biafran is going to have a very strong responsibility, including our ESN. That is why you must have to pray for ESN and support them by all means possible. Pray for ESN. There are so many propaganda and scandal against ESN. Every legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we must continue to protect it. We are not going to wait for any second-hand information for the DSS saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. We will not. Today, we have taken our freedom into our own hand, and our freedom must come. It must come. Nobody should hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu responsible for everything that is happening. That is why we are shouting and shouting and shouting and telling people that we are no longer taking any instruction that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. So they will not say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told us to do what we are doing. Today, we are acting according to our own desire, according to that which Chukwuka have placed in our heart to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is what we are doing. And we will do that until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released. If they want to stop the sit at home, if they want to stop the economic sanction, what they have to do is to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. Set him free and let him go. As soon as you set him free, he go to a Pharaoh make and broadcast from his father's house and tell us to stop. Of course, we put a halt to everything. Stop blackmailing the Biafran people. Stop talking about the sit at home. If you don't know, if you don't want to talk about the cause, stop talking about the sit at home. If you don't want to talk about the cause of the sit at home and address it. Biafran people, we are not fool. We are wise people. We know what we want, and that is what we are following. Our freedom. Biafra must be free. No matter how they try to stop us, they cannot. May Chukwuka and God and protect every Biafran person, every Ududua person, every Middle Beltan, anybody in that indigenous people, every indigenous person in the country of Nigeria. May Chukwuka and God and protect you. We will all see our freedom. We will see our freedom. They can't stop us. May Chukwuka and God and protect our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Secure him, give him strength, give him more revelations, so that very soon he will join us. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from. And remember this, I will see you again tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwuka. Thank you for joining. Share the video on your platform. If you have time, you can join me on Choose for Survivor. On Choose for Survivor, I am going to have a broadcast there. Maybe in the next 30 minutes or 1 hour, I'll have a broadcast where I will discuss the issue of the interview that was granted to the deputy. I will discuss it. I will discuss deeply about the interview that was granted to the deputy. The deputy granted to in BBC. What he was saying about our spring leader. I will talk about it on my YouTube channel when I will broadcast in the next 30 minutes or 1 hour. If you have your time, you can join me. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for connecting. I say may Chukwuka be my guide and protect you. Remember this. See you tomorrow. Bye.